Hello, my name is Laura Weffer, and this is my interviewee, Tate. She's a member of my sailing team. We will be talking today about the benefits of private school education versus public school education, since we differ in that upbringing. We currently are located in my apartment, which is a calm, quiet area for us to talk, so I thought this would be the best place to do this. So why don't we start out with you explaining what you feel the benefits of your private school education were?
Okay, well, I think the biggest benefit that I can kind of see overarching was the opportunities that it gave me. It was a very elite and wealthy private school. We had 2 full campuses, which included 4 gyms, 2 football fields, 2 swimming pools, one of which was a swim stadium. We had 3 performing arts theaters, and all of our classrooms were brand new and state-of-the-art. So those opportunities and the facilities were huge, and just the academic opportunities that it gave. I think our classes and the level that our classes were at were definitely at a higher level than public schools in the area.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that your education differed in the opportunities that you had through the facilities. Were there any differences in the actual faculty or things of that nature that you could see as being different from a public school?
Absolutely. I think the environment that it created, because it was an exclusive school, the students that were there wanted to be there, as well as the faculty. It wasn't just a place where they got assigned to teach. They were there because they wanted to be, and it really showed that they were passionate about what they taught about, and I really liked the classes. I thought they were definitely, from what I heard from my public school friends, they were definitely a level up in the teaching. So.
All right, so your actual classes themselves and the material that you learned, you felt were different, is that correct in saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that your education differed on any other fields than a public school, or from the friends that you've spoken to about this from your area? What do you feel the real underlying reason behind it was?
I think academically, I had a lot more choices with my classes. I had, instead of 4 math classes to choose from my freshman year on, there were 12 or 16. Art classes weren't just painting and drawing. You could take welding and sculpture and things that weren't normally offered in a traditional school with, just laying out the basics. So it was definitely a step up from that in the classroom.
Okay, so you had different opportunities and you had different actual classes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So would you say that your private school education was similar to the other schools in the area, or private schools that is in the area?
I think it was similar. I definitely think that my school was kind of the most elite of them in the area, so we definitely got better. We had a better rap in the area, so that was. It says something when you have that name on your application applying to colleges.
Okay, so you speak about your the reputation of your school. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that reputation carried on throughout the years, or what would you say that reputation really gave you?
I think that the reputation gives you a foot in the door when you apply to colleges. When college admissions are looking at different applications and they see you have a certain GPA from Harvard Westlake, that means something different than from a public school in the area.
Okay. So your private school, because of the name that it had, was able to give you a different kind of opportunity for the future. Is that?
Yeah, it definitely gave you a level up when you applied to college.
Okay, is that comparable to all the private schools or just the public schools in your area?
I think it's more. It definitely gave you a bigger step up from the public schools in the area, but it also gave you a step up, kind of, in the other private schools.
Okay, so there was definitely a difference between the private schools in your area and your school specifically. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think the overall biggest impact from your private school was on your education?
I think the biggest thing that it gave me was the experience to kind of choose my own classes and navigate my way through high school like you would in college. I got to spend 4 months backpacking in Colorado my junior year because that's what I decided I wanted to do for, academics. I did school there as well, and my school helped me plan what classes I was going to take and how I was going to reintegrate back into my high school. And I know that if I went to a public school, that would not have been an opportunity. And I think that just speaks to the different opportunities that it gave me and how many opportunities that I had that I wouldn't have had at a public school. And that definitely shaped me coming to college.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that your experience in high school is able to affect you in your college. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you expand on the way that that's affected you since you got to college here at the University of Wisconsin?
Sure. The classes were definitely very rigorous, and my teachers definitely pushed me harder than public school teachers, I think, would. So when I got to college and the bar is set higher than in high school, I was definitely prepared and ready to kind of rise to the occasion. I didn't have any problems transitioning into college. So
okay. So overall, you feel that your private school education was able to give you different opportunities than a public school would, as well as different facilities and a different atmosphere that overall benefited you in the long run for your college experience, but also building a different kind of childhood than you would have had otherwise. Is
Absolutely.
That correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's all we have time for, but I definitely appreciate you speaking with me, and I'm glad I got to hear your side of things.